he sees any other guys, any enemy. So now I'm going to start thinking about my assault on this OP building. I don't know if it's occupied. So I'm going to move my sniper teams up close by to see if they can hear or see anyone. And also see if they get shot at by moving them into those buildings right next to the OP. Here what I'm going to do is, this OP is surrounded by a wall, and there's no way that I'm going to be able to get into the OP by going through the gap provided. So I'm going to use the artillery provides me to knock down the wall and then approach from the sides. It'll also give me a bit of field fire over that OP, and also hopefully kill anyone manning the ground floors. For some reason I can't see that part of the map, which is strange, but
request fire, over.
so I don't want them shooting too long, because they're going to be staying in the position for a while. They eventually might be spotted and counter-attacked. Definitely coming up to the business end of the mission now. I've already lost one marksman and suffered 2 killed in action, which is, you know, pretty much a disaster. So I'm nervous about losing any more guys. So put those guys there because I figure they'll be able to see anyone, or at least hear anyone in that building. I'll move these guys up to support. I haven't been shot at from that building, and I haven't been detected anyone in that building yet, so I start to think that it might be empty. And I noticed this trench behind it, and I figure, okay, there might be guys there. So I want to get on a 90-degree angle to this building, and in case there's anything behind it, so I move these guys across here. In hindsight, I should have moved through the covers of the building, but I figured it's probably empty by now. So it's not empty. My guys are under attack. My other team that's meant to be covering them. Tries to lay down some suppressing fire. And turns out that they're not on the roof, and I've just suffered another casualty. Turns out they're on the ground floor. And I can't see them from there. I'm trying to get these guys to throw some smoke. I'm trying to suppress them. I'm trying to get into a position where I can lay down more suppressive fire. These guys aren't throwing smoke, and this is a really bad position for them to be in right now. So I've just lost another marksman. So out of my 4 marksmen, I only have 2 left. These guys aren't even firing. There they go, finally they fire. I'm going to move these guys into this building because I figure that the Syrians inside there are suppressed. And they still haven't thrown their smoke grenade. There we go. Get these guys to chuck some grenades. There was a guy in there who was suppressed. Now he's dead. So these guys have now cleared this OP at the loss of another sniper, which the mission so far has been a disaster. If I lose any more, I'll probably lose my job as a commander. So I'm trying to get these guys to hunt up to the top of the building. They keep seeing something, but I can't see what they see. And then I notice, aha, there's a bunker there, a machine gun nest. Okay, so that's interesting. So it's facing away. So my mission briefing tells me I should take these out. So I figure, well, I'll get my artillery strike to take it out and the wall at the same time. So those guys have stabilized their friend.
Request fire mission out. Check fire! Check fire! Check fire! Roger, check fire. End of mission.
There we go, I get to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Fire mission over.
My plan of attack is I'll keep the command element in that OP, and I'll use these 2 guys to assault this team here to assault the OP-104 target building as soon as the artillery strike finishes, because hopefully anyone inside that building will be suppressed or dead. I'm going to use the cover of the grass this time. I'm going to wait a little while for this fire mission to come in. So I'm going to talk about the Marines for a little bit. The Marines, in my opinion, are probably one of the toughest fighting forces in combat mission shock force. The reason being for that is the Marines are primarily an infantry force supported by assets. So it's infantry supported by tanks, infantry supported by aircraft, etc. A lot of the maps in combat mission shock force aren't that big, so you don't have massive mechanized forces rolling across the desert, so to speak. So a lot of the battles in combat mission shock force are primarily infantry battles supported by assets, supported by vehicles, artillery, etc. And the Marines have a distinct advantage over all the other forces. I haven't played NATO yet. I'll get that soon. I will play it. But the Marines have retained their 13-man squads, and they pack a lot of firepower. They've got the MGL-140, which is an automatic grenade launcher. The Marine platoons also come with the dedicated SMOR team, which pack a lot of punch. And just having 13 men means the amount of fire that they put down range is significantly greater. I mean, you can lose 4 men and you're still at the same squad as an army squad. Now, of course, one advantage that the US Army has over the Marines is javelins. They have a lot of javelins. But in general, though, I think that the Marines are definitely probably more suited to a lot of the missions you're tasked with in this game. It's also probably my favourite force to play. I played a bit of Blue on Blue, and it's quite lethal, quite fast. It's very deadly, and the Marines are probably my favourite force to use in Blue on Blue.